Hello everyone, Manthrow here, and welcome to a weekly update video, and this is one I've actually been very excited for. There's certain things about it that I'm a little bit disappointed in, but overall it's a big update. It's really good. There's just a few more machines I would have liked to see released. There's a few things I wasn't expecting got released. I also would have liked to have seen, other things being augmentable, such as, headgear, gloves, boots, maybe jewelry. But that's not the case. However, inspiration... I should have mentioned, this is Invention Batch 2. So, if you go to your Discovery bench, this is, of course, mainly in the Invention Guild, which is just north of Falador, near Virago, but you'll see the big archway right under the Dwarven area. So the first thing you're going to notice, well, one of the first things I noticed, which makes me very happy, is the spring cleaner in tight springs is now able to be researched and made. And here is another little thing that you guys will notice is going to be different. It used to take inspiration in order to do this. Now, come on. It no longer takes inspiration, it just takes up time. That is all that there is to it now, it's just time. And see, right now, it shows you if you get the full amount, it's still rewarding to actually try to make sure you get it as optimized as possible, because then you get the most XP out of it, rather than before where you just used up less inspiration. Okay, they're all saying good, so something has to move here. I just know that can't go there. This is by far the only downfall of Invention right now. Is just finding that absolute perfect combination. And why does it seem so much more complex than it did before? I feel like I am missing something really obvious, and that kind of bugs me. There we go. Perfect. So you'll see, you'll get your regular amount of XP you would have got, but you also get some XP on top of that if you get it perfect. And then right now, as it stands, you will get 50% more XP for discovering different blueprints up until Sunday, Sunday, October 1st. So you get a lot of XP this way, which is very, 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 very nice. I saved a lot of my blueprints for that. But you'll also notice, you'll notice up here that, first off, whenever you come here, you'll notice it's all one big room now, so the Invention Guild did get kind of a lick of paint, if you will. But, for instance, right here, it takes tensile parts, which they finally have a use, and the subtle parts, which kind of always had a use, but this is a lot more filled out than it used to be, and I don't even have everything for it. The other thing is the machines. Now, if you go down the steps, which we couldn't do before, you'll see there's room for 7 machines here, as well as an incomplete generator. So you'll be able to have your generator and the machines will not be taken up. Now, the more machines you have running, the more energy that will get drained from the generator. Now, how you repower the generator is by the power packs, the power charges. So what you'll have to do is to keep that running, you'll also need more divine charges. But if you are a high enough level, you can get the divine nomadic, which will help you get more charges whenever you're doing divination. So that's enough for this part of it. Oh boy, I have my spring cleaner, so that, at least I don't need to make another one. Okay, so now we're going to close that out, and we're going to get into the actual reading part of the update. Like I said, there is machines. This is Invention Batch 2. The machines will actually keep performing even though you're offline, AFK. It doesn't matter. They will keep working. And you do need divine charges, like I had mentioned. You can have up to... It says you can have up to 6 of these, including duplicates, and each one has 2 tiers. But as we had seen, there's actually 7 spots for machines. So that makes me wonder why there's 7. But as for what is available, and I should have checked into the skill list because that is supposed to have changed as well now. But I apologize, I already exited out of that. But, well, I'll have it load up on the side here. Okay, so we have the Alchemizer, which bestows your items with a gift of high alchemy, turning them into gold. Okay, resizable. We'll drag that off to the side here. This way I can read this as I log in. There is an auto disassembler, which breaks down your items into components as if you were disassembling them yourself, so that is actually going to be extremely handy. There is the plank maker, which the plank maker will make planks. Now, I don't know if it's going to require gold or if it's just going to require divine charges. If I heard correctly, it just requires a divine charges, so you do not have to put gold into it to get it going. And now while I have this open, okay, it's loading a little weird for me. I have slow internet, so but there's also the partial potion producer, which will but there is a potion producer which will it'll mix your herbs and vials of water into an unfinished potion, but from there you'll have to actually keep going. Have to address somebody here in a little bit because I'm not sure what they're talking about. But there's an automatic hide tanner. It turns your hides into leather. There's 12 new devices, some of which is the separator, which removes gizmos from equipment without damaging the equipment. And it says equipment must be at least level 15 for that to work. You also have the Divine Nomadic, which is what I was talking about, which harvests energy and the memories if you're so inclined while you're training divination, and turns them into Divine Charge, which you can use to power your shiny new machines. They've also nabbed the Spring Cleaner, the Tight Springs from the Treasure Hunter, which is very nice. And also it says there's a plethora of high-level augmented benefits, included a drain rate reduction at level 20 and increased chance of perk activation. But there's also some quality of life, which is why they removed the inspiration. Augmenters are now tradable, and it says you can now hide your cogs on your augmented equipped items outside of PvP. And they reworked the 120 Invention Cape emote to make it better and faster. So, see if I can't get this. Okay, I can at least get this up, even though the map is actually frozen, or the background. Okay, so everything, when you load it up, I also noticed there is a gizmo holder, so you'll have that as well. But as you can see, I'm not seeing a whole lot of new items. But everything is now filled out. It's no longer a bunch of question marks. You can now actually see what is what, which is kind of nice. And level 43, in case you're curious, is a spring cleaner. And as you get further and further down the list, you'll see like everything is pretty well filled out. And you got your crystal tool siphon right there. It mentions that now as well. Here's some of the new stuff. Here's a simple generator, the auto disassembler. So that's some new stuff. I'm not really seeing a whole lot of new stuff. The alchemizer, small gizmo bag, that is new. The mechanized siphon, that's new, which sounds interesting. There's a large generator, so that'll help actually. There's an auto disassembler MK2. As you get further and further up, there's more stuff. Not sure where the oceanic components come from, but they're in here. Oh, I know where they come from. Never mind. I was just like, where in that world would they come from? But here's some. It shows you a little bit more of this stuff, which, unless you were, able to actually make it, now you can actually see it. Here's a portable fairy ring, medium gizmo bag. There's a herb protector, which I'm not sure if people know about that one. You can use a protector on a herb patch to protect it from death and disease. That'll be nice. So there's some cosmetics as well, of course. So, and there's a whetstone, which this is a device used to repair items which are in degraded or broken state, so you wouldn't actually have to take them somewhere. You can actually just make them. And right here's a divine pneumatic vacuum and an empty divine charge, so that's actually kind of interesting. You got your alchemizer MK2. You got a flat pack depacker, which that breaks down flat packs made on a workbench into components or notes them upon creation. That's actually pretty good. Teleportation compactor. Okay, this is a device capable of enhancing and combining teleportation devices, destroying the original and adding charges into a new item. So that is actually not too bad. There's actually a combat dummy, MK2. So that is actually very interesting for some people. So there actually is a good amount of new stuff for you guys. It still feels a little empty in my opinion, but that's my opinion. Okay, so live streams this week. Saturday, September 23rd is RuneFest. And it goes from 9:15 UTC to 1800 UTC. If you're not familiar with my channel with this part of it, I watch the whole thing as much as I can. I record it, I go over it, I review it, and I try to break it down for you guys, at least with the reveals. The other stuff, if it's requested, I could, but it's one of those things where it's hard to say, how much of it's actually really worth it for some people overall. But that's actually it for the update. So now we're going to head into the patch notes for today. Okay, patch notes is actually relatively small. I seen this earlier. But now skill D&D's minigames invention tools now work in clan skilling plots. So good news for the clan citadel there. Quest challenges and achievements. Boss collection achievements will now unlock correctly across the board. The achievement pop-up for completing our Man in the North now displays the correct quest title. The Lumbridge Strikes Back achievement now specifies that you need to kill both Araxor and Araxi. And Brawn Bronze crossbows and bronze halberd can now be used to complete the Lumberjay Strikes Back achievement. Last week's hot fixes: catching a single creature in the private hunting ground no longer deletes multiple tickets. The Ultimate Quester title is now available to those who have completed all the quests. Lumberjay Strikes Back will now register using the use of bronze equipment throughout the duration of the fight. Clan avatars no longer unintentionally skull players. NXT updates: the refactor chat system is now more efficient. Memory usage has been reduced by approximately 70 megabytes. That's actually quite a bit. RAM usage of the script system has been slightly reduced. The disk cache loading performance has been optimized, especially in the case of non-SSDs. That's your solid slate drives. Various minor CPU optimization have been put in place. So there's not too much as far as patch notes, but there is actually a lot for today's update. So I hope you guys enjoy this update. I know I'm looking forward to tinkering around and trying to figure out different things for this. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later guys.